This is a 7th grade worksheet for lesson 20 and I'll be covering it. Irene paid $14.20 for 4 kilograms of strawberries. What was his price of 1 kilogram of strawberries? So basically we're trying to find how much does 1 kilogram cost. So, and all we have to do is divide 14 by 4 kilograms in order to find the price of 1 kilogram. So when you do that, you should get this work right here, because 4 goes into 14 3 times, and then 4 goes into 22 5 times, and 4 goes into 20 5 times again, and then you get a remainder of 0. So then you get 3.55, and that's the answer. Solve the problem and mark the correct answer. Here we have negative 48.48 divided by negative 12, and we want to write this in long division like this too. And all you have to do is move the decimal up like that, and negative 12 goes into 48 how many times? It goes into 48 4 times. So we would do 4 times negative 12, and that equals negative 48, and you have to subtract. So here now you have negative 48 minus negative 48, and this negative 48 right here becomes a positive 48 because negative times a negative equals a positive. So now you just drop down the 4 and 8 because 12 can't go into 4. So now you have 48 again. But make sure you put a 0 because when you first drop down the 4, 12 can't go into it. So you put a 0 there and you drop down the 8. Then you get negative 48 again. And then we already know that 12 goes into 48 4 times. So we do the same math here. And you should get 4.04. So the answer is C. Hannah pays $11 for 4 meters of purple ribbon. How much does 1 meter cost? This problem is like exactly the same, just different numbers. So we take 4 meters and we do 11 divided by 4. And here's all the work if you want to look. But I would recommend try this on your own and see if you get the same work as me. So moving on. The area of a rectangle parking lot is 610 yards square. The length of the parking lot is 25 yards. How wide is the parking lot in yards? So we know that it's an area of a rectangle, and the area is length times width equals area. So we know that it's going to be 610 times, 610 so we know it's going to be 610, which is the area, equals, we have the length, so 25 times some unknown number, which I'm going to call it width, and I'm just going to label as x. Actually, I'm going to call it w. So 25 times w equals 610. That means we just have to divide the whole thing by 25 to isolate the width. And here I did the math. And you should get 24.4. So yeah, that's the width. Here, this is the same problem. Like for number 5, see the problem below and mark the correct answer. It's the same problem as number 2. And see if you can try this on your own. The answer is D, but see if you can get the same answers here. For his vacation to London, Justin changed $55 into 33 euros. What is the exchange rate Justin uses? So we're trying to convert from so we're trying to get the ratio of like 1 USD to how many euros. In order to do that, we would just divide the euros. We would divide 55 by we would divide this 33 by 55. I'm sorry, 55 divided by 33. That's how we would solve it. Oh, sorry. This is actually the wrong work. What you have to do is divide it, because here we want to get this to $1, so we divide it by 55, so we get 1 USD, and we would divide the euros by 55, so we would get 33 over 55. And then now we wanna like find the exact one. First we can't cross out C and D because 33 over 55 is not a whole number. And when we divide it, let's see. Yeah. So 0.6 goes in evenly. So the answer to 6 is A. Find the slope of the line that passes through the points. So to calculate slope, you do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And here are the points, and the points are written like this. X and y. So this is the x and this is the y. And all you have to do is plug it into this formula. So we take y2, which is 5, minus y1, which is negative 1. So we have 5 minus negative 1. Bottom we have 4 minus negative 2. Just like this formula above. And then since it's a negative times a negative, it becomes a positive. So you have 5 plus 1 and 4 plus 2. And that translates to 6 over 6, which is also equivalent to 1. Same thing for number 2. I plugged in the points, and here's what I got. I got 6 minus negative 2 and negative 3 minus negative 3. Simplify it, you get 6 plus 2, and then negative 3 plus 3. But notice how you have 8 over 0. When you get any number over 0 or divided by 0, it's undefined because you can't divide anything by 0. So yeah. And then for number 3, this is a similar case but kind of different. So when you plug it in, you get negative 3 minus 3 over negative 5 minus 5. And you simplify it, so you get negative 3 plus 3 over negative 10. And then you get 0 over negative 10. So when you do anything, like say you have 0 divided by 1, 0 divided by 2, if it's like that, that just equals 0, because you can divide a number, you can divide 0 by any number basically. Now try the rest of these on your own. I wrote down the answers so you can check. The ocean levels are measured by hourly at a monitoring station. The table shows the water level in meters. On one particular morning, find the rate of change in water levels throughout the morning. Write an equation with the water level as y and the number of hours as x. So we defined our variable. So hours of x is hours, number of hours is x, and the water level is y. And we want to find the equation to find the rate. So what we have to do is just find the slope, because the slope is basically the rate of it changing. So all we have to do is pick 2 points. So I'm just going to pick the lowest ones, which is 0 and 3 and 3 and 9. And I wrote it into just points, like I ordered it like this. And then we do the same thing. You use the slope formula, which is this right here. Plug in all your x and y's, so you get 9 minus 3 over 3 minus 0. You simplify, you get 6 over 3, and then you get 2. So this is 2, and this m doesn't mean meters. It means, because here we have the equation y equals mx plus b. We're trying to find this equation, and this 2 right here is this m value. So then we would just write it, plug in as plug in 2 for m. So we get y equals 2x plus b, and the b here, the b is a y-intercept, and we need to find that b. And in order to do that, we can, if we're given like a bunch of points like this, you can look at it, and whichever point has a 0 in the x value right here, then whatever y right here, like whatever y value here would be the y-intercept. So since in this point the x is 0, so that means the y-intercept is whatever this y value is here, which is 3. So you just write y equals 2x plus 3. But if you're not given the points like this, you can figure it out by just plugging in any point on that you're given. So I plugged in 3 and 9, so 9 is the y and 3 is the x, so I plugged it in to our equation right here. Because this is y equals 2x plus b, I plugged in 9 for y and 3 for x. And when you simplify, you get 9 equals 6 plus b. Subtract 6, you get b equals 3. So yeah, this is how you do it.